Hello, this is Palicopadge and welcome to a trucking and talking vlog where you see me trucking and I tend to just fill you in on what's going on the channel and with me. Usually if it only matters with me on how it's going to affect the channel. So this isn't just me, being narcissistic and just talking about myself. This is stuff which is going to affect what I do on this channel, and I think it's only fair to let you guys know that whatever's happening is going to affect the channel. I'm just repeating myself here. Anyway, let's just crack on. First things first, in the background, as always, you will be seeing a little bit of Euro Truck Simulator. And what I like to try and do in these videos is just show you something new which is happening to me. I know the game's been out for ages, but this is a fresh playthrough for me for the first time. And this is my first crash. And it wasn't my fault. Now, I've had plenty of crashes in my real life, which have been my fault. And I can't really hide behind that fact. They were blatantly my fault. But this one, as I'm sure you can see, is not my fault. There's nothing I could have done. Nothing I could have done. That car pulled out in front of a truck. What idiot pulls out in front of a truck on a motorway? Seriously. It's a good thing it is not a true to life simulator, or else they'd be dead. And I'd have got a lot more than half damage on the lorry. That's for sure. I would have gone flying out that window. Anyway, just rambling about that. I was a bit annoyed because then, as we'll probably see for the rest of the video, every so often, the lorry just plonks out on me. It just stops dead, and I have to restart it. And sometimes I'm in the quick lane, which doesn't bode well for a truck driver. Thankfully, I've got a heavy enough load on the back that if anybody does want to be an arsehole and be right up my butt about it, they're going to know about it when I suddenly stop. So, there, yes. So anyway, talking from one crash to another, and again, this is what's going to affect the channel over the next few weeks at least. I'm hoping to keep this as short as possible because it's unpleasant as much for me as it will be you viewing 2 videos a day. I am currently in the process of being evicted from my flat with my girlfriend. Through no fault of our own, the owners have decided they are going to sell it, which it's up to them. I can't stop them doing that. The background on it is, when we first rented this flat, and we have been here a long time for rentees. Is it rentees? We'll go with rentees. We've been here quite a long time. We've been here for 5 years, which, from what I gather from talking to other people, is a long time to rent one single place and not even be moved on by the landlords. We're tenants. That's what we are, tenants. To be moved on by the landlord, or to have some sort of issue in order to make you move on. And we've been very comfortable here, and we're settled, and we know the community. It's sort of hidden away behind Worcester University in the UK, and it's retired people and young professionals, and I wouldn't go as far as to say I'm a professional. I have a full-time job, and so does the girlfriend. I wouldn't say we're professional, but we do get on very well, and because of the trade I'm in, which is electrical wholesale, I tend to sort people out with bulbs and stuff, keep them sweet. That's what it's all about. Just looking for an easy life, nothing too drastic there. So yeah, and the worst part about it was the fact that I was told via a phone call. Now, according to the rental agency, they actually sent us a letter, but we've had an issue with the post office for going on 6 months, where I was sure we weren't getting all our post, and this proves it really. So I was hit with it blindsided at work today, and well, I say today, I'm recording on the Monday. This is going to be released on the Thursday, again for a reason you'll find out in a minute. And do excuse me, I've got a cold still as well. And yeah, it sort of just throws your day out. So as soon as we came home, I grabbed the missus, we grabbed a pad and a pen, and we basically just had a drive around the local area, just eyeing up properties. Thankfully, thanks to a bit of money which has come both my way and the girlfriend's way, we can possibly buy. So we're looking into that at the moment. But as I'm sure you people are aware, be it your parents have bought a place or you yourself are renting or buying, these aren't things which can be magically fixed overnight, and I like to think of myself as a fixer. I tend to have a problem, I deal with it there and then, and I move on, and it really sort of has stressed me out today, and I'm sure it will over the next few days leading up to when I release this video, that I can't just magically fix this. So it's yeah, something else to to ponder upon every day, which is awesome. Nothing like a problem. And yeah, so from one bad thing to another good thing, which has sort of been ruined by what we found out this week. The day that I am releasing this, I'm actually going to Dublin in Ireland with my girlfriend, my sister and her husband. And we're going from the Thursday until the Sunday. And because of this, obviously, it's going to affect what comes up on the channel. I am looking at putting one video up a day, and they will be scheduled, so there will be something on the channel to show for it. But it does mean that, especially with what's happened today, and again, because I'm recording this on the Monday, I wanted to spend the entire night recording stuff, so you guys had at least 2 videos a day, maybe have the odd day of just one, but I wanted to give you 2 videos a day. But because my routine's all been messed up, I'm scuppered. There's no way I'm going to fit it in between now and when I leave. So thankfully I have got enough of a backlog after recording during the ends of this cold I've had, that I'll be able to give you 1 video per day on the usual days. So you'll have 1 video per day plus this extra one explaining what's going on the Thursday up until Saturday. Sunday will be a break, and then I've got 1 video left for the Monday in case I don't get around to recording on the Sunday when I get home. There is, believe it or not, it may not look like it, but there is quite a bit of editing and rendering to be done in these videos. I can't just slap them together, sadly. So I am going to do my hardest to get back on this as soon as I can. As I said, it's all just a major inconvenience, but I am looking forward to Dublin. Went to Dublin for the first time last year, loved it. Bigged it up to my sister, who's a banker, and then she decided, well, we're rich, we'll go next year. Do you want to come? And I was like, well, yeah, why not? Let's go. So we're going to go do the Guinness factory and the Jameson's factory, because me and the girlfriend aren't big drinkers, but my sister is. And her husband's from Leeds, and they're notorious drinkers up there. So, and it's his birthday when we go on the Thursday, today. Happy birthday. So yeah, and then when I get back on the Sunday, it's my mum's birthday. So lots of expenditure, which is what you need when you're about to be evicted from your flat, and you're going to have to pay moving costs and whatnot, and maybe even solicitors' bills. Awesome. So yes, so 1 video a day is how it's going to run for the next week, but I hope to be able to fall back into some sort of routine of at least 2 for the near future anyway. In the future, yeah, future, saying future a lot. Now, just want to go over a couple of things to do with the games and what's happening with that. Rimworld Alpha 13, it's out. I'm not playing it. I'm very annoyed. I went into this a little bit on the video, and I'm not going to jibber jabber on about it now, but I think what I want to do with this is I want to finish this off for the story, because that's how I play Rimworld. I play it for the story, and yes, it's not the latest, and it's not going to get the most views, but it's good for me. It's true for me, and that's what this channel is about. This is what I see other popular YouTubers saying. I don't see why I can't just say it because of my few subscribers I've got. This channel is stuff I want to put on, so I'm going to complete Alpha 12, and then I am going to jump straight into Alpha 13. There will not be a gap. So it's not like you have to wait too long. I'm getting pretty near the end. I don't think there's that many episodes left. We're talking maybe a week's worth of episodes, I think, before we get away. So that's nothing to worry about, really. And as I said, I'll be able to get straight onto Alpha 13. And as I have done with Alpha 12, it will be a pretty much vanilla playthrough. I will be putting on the mod which lets me view all the colonists at the top, because it's just a lot easier to keep an eye on what's going on, although it doesn't usually happen that way. Obviously there's always people that get around you. Cat being a good example. She bought it because I wasn't keeping an eye on her, but it gives me a fighting chance as opposed to having to find them on the screen all the time. And it also gives you a good visualization of what's going on with each colonist, whether they're breaking or they're injured or generally gone a bit loopy and decided to take all their clothes off, which my colonists seem to do a lot. I don't know what that's about. I'm not one to question them, it's their life. So that's Rimworld. So I will be cracking on, so please be patient. If you get a bit antsy that I haven't got around to Alpha 13 yet, it is on the cards. I definitely will be doing that. Now, Project Zomboid. That is a funny one. I originally started up Project Zomboid because I was having issues recording the Curious Expedition, and as I hope you can tell by watching it, if you haven't watched it, go watch it. It's a good series. I have a lot of fun playing that, and as I said, I think that shows in the actual banter on screen from myself. And the Project Zomboid was a bit of a stopgap for me until I could get it fixed. Now, I knew going into it that Project Zomboid was still pretty buggy. There were certain things which I wouldn't be able to do, which I'd like to do in a proper playthrough of it. And the issue is, going into it, which is pretty much a blind playthrough. I haven't played it since about Alpha 26, so a long time ago. Is it Alpha 26? I'm thinking of Rimworld now, aren't I? No, Alpha 26, yeah. Alpha 26 of Project Zomboid. With NPCs out of it, and not playing on a multiplayer server, and not wanting to sort of turtle myself into a house and make up the garden and everything, it's very limited to what you can do. And I thought finding them all would be an interesting way of going about it. The thing is, because I don't know the map, I am kind of winging it, and I'd like to try and find the sweet spot on the right amount of zombies to cause enough drama but not to be overrun, and I can't do that in the custom settings for what I want to do. Every time I tried to do it off camera, every time I went into playing the game, it just locked out on me and knocked me out of the game. And the only way I could play it was to go into the presets. And obviously, the nice thing about Project Zomboid is you can customise your dying experience, and I just couldn't do that. So that was another reason for me to drop it when I did. That's not to say that I'm not going to come back to it. I am definitely coming back to Project Zomboid. But as it stands right now, I can't really make a fluent playthrough as I would like to. So I think it's best if we just put it on hiatus for the time being. We'll review it after the next big update, which I believe is going to be working on the animations as well. And then we can look into it then. And obviously when NPCs come in, that's when I'll do a proper playthrough. But as long as I can get through the little bugs which are annoying, like when I start a new game, I have to come back out and then go back in to sort out the bag problem. It's little things like that which makes for an annoying playthrough for me. So again, it's something I'm hoping they'll be able to sort out relatively easily, because as you see, when you go back into the game, it's fine. It works okay. So it's just that initial bit which is the annoying part. So I'm sure it's something simple they can sort out in a big patch, and obviously the animations coming in the next big patch supposedly very soon is going to be the big patch. So big patch, said a lot. Tick number 2. And the last thing I want to say, whilst we're on the subject, with Project Zomboid, I was then finding, when I found I could actually carry on recording the Curious Expedition, that I suddenly had 4 series I was trying to juggle. Now, as I said, I've got a full-time job, I've got a girlfriend, I've got family, I don't get a lot of free time as it is. It was putting a lot of pressure on me, to the point where, as you probably noticed over the last few weeks, I've stopped doing my other videos on a Friday, where I like to just play a retro game. And that's supposed to be a chill out video for me, just to show you what's brought me to where I am today as a gamer, you know. But I've had to drop that as well in order to fit these in. So hopefully me dropping a series and just going back to the 3, and I am still thinking of taking the Forsaken Isle down to 1 episode a week, as it is getting a bit samey, and I do really want to try and keep it varied, or else people just get bored of them and not watch them, at which point there's no point in really doing them. So I might take down to 1 a week as well. But it gets to a point where I can't do anything, and I want to go back to doing my Friday videos, because I enjoy doing my Friday videos. And also the thing which kicked the YouTube videos back off for me is my thoughts of a 30-something gamer video, which I put a hell of a lot of work into, and I want to do those every 2 to 3 months. Just throw one out there. I'm not looking at being a series I throw out every month. I think there's just far too much work to put into that, and then try and do my other videos as well. That's just something I'd like to do to mix it up every quarter of a year or so, maybe 4 a year, 5 a year. And I've got it all planned in my head, and I just haven't got around to writing down a script yet, or getting all the little bits of video and the pictures I need, because I simply haven't had time. And again, that's something I want to get into doing. I want to try and release one of those in the next few weeks. So it's a case of, you know, one for the better good, really. You know, dropping Project Zomboid will open up a lot more for me on what I want to do in my channel. At least that's what I'm hoping. And also, with only doing the 3 series rather than the 4, it means that hopefully I can put a bit more enthusiasm into the others, because when you're juggling 4 series, which is something you're doing very part-time, I only record for, you know, an hour a night, so I tend to pick one game and record a block of 3 or 4 episodes at once. It puts a drain on you, and thankfully I've got a very, very forgiving girlfriend. But you know, it's a case of it's unfair on her, and it's unfair on other aspects of my life I'm cutting out. So yeah, I will probably look at making it. I don't know what I'm going to do with Rimworld as of yet. I might keep it to one a night. It all depends on how many I can get recorded, when I can get them recorded. You might find that I do 3 or 4 a week, and then there might be a day or 2 off, and then I'll do another 3 or 4 a week. I do like throwing those out in succession because, well, to be honest with you, I tend to play that game in a whole swathe. I just get the fever for it, and I just play it right through. And I get as many episodes as I get out of it, and split it up accordingly. So, yeah, that's about it, really. So, just to reiterate, Euro Truck Simulator crash wasn't my fault. I'm being evicted from my flat. I'm going to Dublin, and because of all this, you're only getting 1 video a day this week. Rimworld 13 will be coming soon after I finish 12. Project Zomboid will come back when we've got decent animations and bugs kicked out. And I'd like to do more on other things on the channel, which I'll get around to when I can. I think that pretty much covers everything. I think we're there on it. So I'm actually recording this pretty late at night. It's like usually I like to get my recording done around 6, 7 o'clock in the evening. It's at the moment 10:45, and I've had a few beers because I've had a stressful day. And yeah, I feel like I'm just jibber jabbering now, just to make the video a little bit longer so I can fit more Euro Truck Simulator in. So I might as well just stop here. So thanks for watching, guys. I'm not going to be away for a long period of time, and as I said, I'm going to try and keep it as fluent as possible and give you at least 1 episode, and I guess I'll see you on the next one. Take it easy.